Aletha and Sue, Aletha and Sue, the morning show, it's Aletha and Sue. Good morning, everybody. Here are your hosts, Aletha and Sue, and welcome to the morning show.
Good morning. We're here. Yay. So,
I'm Aletha.
I'm Sue.
Yes. And Isaac is not here.
No, he is on vacation. I was
Yes.
getting a little worried, but he finally
I know. We
posted.
got to see some pictures. So,
I was...
we have Calvin. Calvin is filling in for Isaac, doing a fine job. And let's see. Isaac will be back in a month. It's been a week. So, okay. So he's taking like 3 weeks and 5 days, which is a month.
Okay.
Right?
Sure.
We miss him.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what that's about.
Yeah.
So Isaac will be back shortly, but if you're watching
And he'll-
Isaac and Heidi,
On their
Hi.
adventure.
yes,
Cross country.
yeah, he's got 5 kids in his van driving across country, and they're stopping at some really fun things. So I'm excited for him. Those are great memories making. So welcome. We have sunshine. There's that yellow thing in the sky.
Yes. Yes, it's so nice. And it's supposed to be sunny the rest of the week.
I know. We might get like 5 or 6 days of dry weather. I don't know what's happening after that because, first of all, I don't believe. I have some trust issues with
That's
the weather.
because the weatherman person is not.
Well, at the first of every week, right, they're saying, oh, at the end of the week, it's going to be sunny, and it hasn't been yet.
Well, see, I only give them the confidence of today and then tomorrow and the next day, and then I start questioning.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't go from Monday to Saturday and plan on having, hot weather at 85 or something.
Well, I don't want hot
believe
weather.
them.
I just want dry weather. I want blue skies.
Oh.
Don't you guys notice that vitamin D and the sunny it really, really makes a huge difference? I was at the dentist last week, and they said, oh, they can totally see it in all their patients. When the sun is out, people smile more often. You know what?
So
Before
silly.
we forget,
Okay.
all right, we're going to have you sing.
Okay, so Calvin, are you singing too?
I I guess I have to, right?
You don't have to.
No, he does.
Oh, well, you have to.
Why are you giving him a pass? Only because I know that you're a willing participant. So, yes, Calvin will sing. Thank you. Okay.
Oh, Miss Pat had to take her machine into the doctor yesterday, and now she's lost without it. That's okay. Do like I did yesterday and just go outside.
Well, and you do
Put
have
up the umbrella.
She does have another machine, so
I
you
know.
have to.
So, but,
Okay, let's sing, and then-
Okay, let's sing.
Okay.
All right. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Yay!
Yay!
I hope you have a good morning and a good day. Enjoy the sunshine.
Woo.
Woo-hoo. Is that you, Calvin?
Not me.
Wow. I'm glad because for that sound, it looked like you sounded like you should have been overly
I know, falling on the floor.
split.
Okay, so Pat, this may be a good opportunity to do a little straightening, or just get started on another
organizing.
project. Yeah, organizing.
Oh, I know. Get your one of your Kimberbell quilts out and cut up all your fabric.
Get ready.
Get
Okay,
ready to
so
sit and
you
sew.
just
Good
segued
morning,
right into
Amy.
that. Oh, good morning, Amy.
Is it sunny in Montana, or are you nowhere near home?
Oh,
Oh my goodness!
I know.
Oh.
So Mary's, yeah, they're
Yes.
going to be
Sandra's
like
in
sewing
Tennessee.
friends now. She's going to
She's
go to
on here,
Tennessee.
too.
So let's see. What should we start with? You talked about the new kit.
Yes, the new.
We're going to save Kimberbell. How about that?
Okay.
Let's do that. But, you know,
Sure.
Amy's on here, so we should show what we got from Janome.
That's awesome.
For those of you that have purchased the CM17, the Continental M17, the new Janome machine, there is now a printed
Oh, no.
instruction book.
Pat's doing a fair on the weekend.
Oh, no.
That could be why. Ah!
So Calvin and I kind of went a little bit
Crazy?
round and round about
round
this.
and round.
I know that, first of all, I'll just be honest. You guys know I don't read the words.
Sometimes.
So
but
I don't
very-
read an instruction book.
No.
But if I wanted to, I like to know that there's one there and it's in print.
Sure. And why is that?
Because technology isn't always my friend.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes the search engines on the manuals don't think like I do.
Right. And then you have to know the right word.
Correct.
So I am horrible at spelling. And years ago, I had a job in California, and I asked my boss to get me a dictionary. He's like, why do you need a dictionary? There's spell check. It's like, well, you have to get close enough for spell check to know what you're trying to spell. And I guess that's kind of true for a dictionary, but it's easier with those things. So there are some of you that may like to have a book in print. So we did get these in. There's a lot of pages. So there's the embroidery book and the regular sewing. What do we call it? Ordinary sewing, right? And embroidery. So these guys are in stock. We only ordered a few. And if I understand correctly, Calvin, correct me if you know, I think that they're not going to have these available in print forever. I thought maybe Amy knows, that it was going to be more of a limited time thing. So the instruction book for all of our top of the line machines really live in the machine, and if our machine's connected to Wi-Fi, or if there's an update, the update will be updated in the instruction book on our machine.
The machine,
and
but
so our
not on
manufacturers think, well, that's great. People would like that. So there's always an updated instruction manual available in your machine. But again, I know some of you, it's fun when I see machines traded in sometimes that have like highlighter and handwritten. I like that because it's like, oh, that meant something to them. What does it say, right?
Yeah.
I need to know what that is. So in any case, if you've got that new one, we do have these guys in stock. These
That's
just
awesome.
came in. Yeah. Okay, there's lots of paper there. The other thing really quick is I wanted to show you guys my fabric. Do you want to see my fabric? I know they posted pictures on Instagram. I don't have Instagram. Facebook is hard enough. I guess it's not hard, but there's so much out there.
Yeah, you can get black hole.
Yeah. So, but this fabric came in, and I really liked this one. And it's so funny to me because I don't know if you can see it. That light's blinding me. Can you see? Is this where it needs to be? I don't know if you can see the metallic in here, but
Yeah.
I
stems and actually.
yeah. Somebody gave me a bunch of fabric once, and I went through, and everything with metallic I got rid of because I don't like metallic. But you know what, you guys,
She's
I do
changed
like
her
it.
ways.
The Starlight Metallics with the gold.
I was just gonna ask you about that.
Yeah,
That
I
seemed like
love
it would
that.
go really
So
good
I
with
love
this.
these pumpkins, and then look at the leaves. Those are coordinating, and then Kristen pulled these guys out too, and so I've got this black
I
swirl.
like this, and I like
don't know
that.
what it's going to be yet, but isn't that fun?
Very pretty.
I love it. So they have all of these. There's still fabric left. I didn't buy it all at Lake Oswego, but I just thought you guys should see that. I think a table runner, and then we could make some pumpkins to go with it.
Oh, cute.
I just bought some. It is an estate sale. I bought like 6 pumpkins. And this is going to go so good with them. So I'm very excited. So I just wanted you to see my fabrics. I came in this morning and they were here for me. So that was super fun.
Yes, I liked those when I saw them. Mary also said the instruction manuals always on the company not
On their
country.
website. Yeah. And you
Company
can
website,
download.
whether it be Baby Lock Brother, Fuff, Viking.
And you know what?
Janoni.
That's awesome. But what if you don't have internet access and you're somewhere, I suppose you can download it and then it will be on your device. But in any case,
I just am really not very smart when it comes to research and putting in the right words to have it go where I want it to.
well, so you like the idea of having a book.
I do, because I want to mark it. I want to write down my notes.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to make it up. And I know I could probably do that on my iPad also, but I just like
It's
the
not the
paper.
same.
I like to slowly go and
It's kind of like if you find a recipe book. My grandma passed at the first of the month, and so I didn't have in my, I don't know why I didn't have, but I didn't have a Joy of Cooking. Doesn't everybody have a Joy of Cooking cookbook?
Yes.
So it's been fun to just like flip through, and the pages that are really
Crunchy.
dirty and have food stuff on them, those are the ones there was a good recipe on that page, right? So those are kind of fun, but I think it's kind of like that with the all of that.
Yeah.
I know Mary, she likes to have it all, right?
She likes the
book
flip
too,
the pages,
especially
and
with her traveling like she does.
Sure.
She can sit
She
and
can
read.
have-
Okay, so what else do we have? We got zippers.
We got a
you
few
wanna
zippers.
Talk to us about zippers.
Well, I was like, what size are these?
Well, they grew. I thought
Yeah.
we were only getting 14-inch zippers, but you know, why did we get zippers?
Oh, this one is invisible zipper.
Oh, maybe that's why the
So
longer
that would be a
ones.
dress, right? Or something like that you would have it?
No, we do have these too, but for bags.
For bags, yes. That's nice.
But we ordered these specifically to have here
for zippy bags.
for Kimberbell Club.
Yes.
Work with
because
me.
I'm reaching.
Okay.
Well, you're saying, hey.
Okay.
I got the hint.
Okay, perfect.
So, and these only need 9-inch zippers, but
Yeah.
they're the same price as the 14-inch zippers. So, you can save those little things for ties. But, so we thought we would have some on hand for all the zippy pouches and things that you could do. And we could have.
This is for July.
Right.
I had yesterday off.
Yep.
Which is a Monday, and my whole week is going to be messed up.
You're not going to know what day it is.
I know, but I had to think about what month it is.
Oh.
And I'm like, did we already do that?
Yeah, no, those.
So what was our June Kimberbell Club project?
That was the vase with the.
The collage.
Yes.
Collage or applique. In your
Yes.
case, applique.
Mm-hmm. I did do them both, but I will only do applique.
Okay.
But I will be picky on my fabric so that it kind of looks nice. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
No
okay.
collage
So
for
we
me.
got the zippers in so you guys have an assortment. What's that?
Sandra says, Aletha, it's so exciting to see your newfound appreciation for
I know.
sparkle.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm really growing up. I'm maturing.
Good morning.
Oh, Laura.
I
Yay.
haven't seen her for a while.
Yeah, we haven't seen her on here.
Dewani. She has 2 sets of instruction manuals for her luminaire.
So your
Husband uses one
I
and the
love
other
it.
for me. Wow, that's awesome. I like that.
So yesterday
Different
my
priorities.
husband told me, he's like, he has 3 motorcycles. I'm gonna sell my motorcycles and I'm gonna buy a sewing machine. I said, well, he was jesting. I think he was kind of making fun of me, I think.
Because he wants as many as you have?
I don't know what his point was, but it's like, no, you're not. And then you have to get your own sewing room and your own stuff. And I don't share. So
I can see where that.
yes, it's a good thing right now.
I've only tried to get my husband to cut my stuff for me because that would be so nice.
It didn't
But
work.
He won't.
But your brother-in-law would.
Yes. So I have to talk to him about that.
I love it.
Because it's just like when you get a Kimberbell kit, like when you do the events or the quilts or whatever, and everything is like, sit down and sew. Yay.
Well, and I'll tell my husband.
Uh-oh.
Now, what?
Voices do not match the video.
Oh, come on.
Is that for everybody? Will you let us know if we're off? That is
Yeah.
horrible. Hi, Sandy.
So let
Good
us
morning,
know.
Pat.
So So Isaac, so Calvin we can go off and back on.
I don't know.
If that be the case.
I was going to say, I don't know why this happens, but I don't think any of you are expecting me to know why.
No, we're not expecting you to know why.
Phew. So
Video is fine for Christine.
So we're going to keep going, and if somebody's...
okay, voice is okay.
Okay, because that's
right.
annoying. So maybe refresh your computer.
Your page.
Or page.
Voice doesn't match what Kathy Webb says.
Oh.
Everybody else is, I think you're in sync. Matches for me, so yeah, refresh and hopefully it'll stay that way.
Okay, yeah, I hope so. I'm sorry that it's not for those that aren't. Maybe when you we'll go on, this will be recorded and played later.
Yeah, it is recorded and you can play later. Play later. Yeah, play later. You can play it later.
Okay.
Play later.
Yeah, because we're playing now.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So I did not get this all finished.
Put together.
And Sue, what a doll. She pressed this for me, but I just thought you'd see I got this all sewn together.
I like the sparkly. Here, let's move this out of the way now that we're
on the microphone.
Oh dear. That would not help.
I don't know.
Whoa! Whoa!
Okay, so there you go. And I can't see how it is, but it must be good. Oh, that worked. So this was a lot of fun. Some of the things I may have done differently. I would have probably used a different color here. But it went really well together well. This side went really good. I can tell I was tired when I did this one because it doesn't match up as perfect. But I think for as far as tile scenes go, didn't you find this was pretty easy?
Yeah.
How it went together.
Yes.
So a couple things that I learned. I had issues with my machine, and I brought that in last week. And when I got it home, my presser foot was not tightened because my foot was bent, which Sue and I both had bent feet.
Oh, yep, we have bent feet.
So when he replaced the foot, I don't think that it was tightened with a screwdriver.
Oh, no.
And on my Luminaire, I only embroider with it, so I'm never changing the foot. So just a reminder to you guys, if you get your machine back from the shop, if you're like me, or even if you switch from either, always tighten the ankle or the foot with a screwdriver and get it really tight, because the foot came loose and I broke a needle and I was like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? But that's all it was. And I don't think I bent my foot. So my machine's working good now. So I'm like, this is a good thing we should remind. Kind of like when we talk about not putting your thread on the top of your machine, those thread tails, we haven't mentioned this for a while, but hanging over the side of the machine, you've had that happen, haven't you?
I did have that happen.
So what?
I could not figure it out because it was making a weird noise. It was like a dragging noise. And I'm like, I couldn't see anything. It seemed to be working fine. So how did you discover? Tell them I haven't used a complete thought yet. We know what we're talking about. But. Well, I was trying to figure out why it was dragging, and then I looked up and I had my from my thread stand. I had it and it was hooked in. So the tail of my thread had been hooked in. Well, it had in the hand wheel, and it had been there for a while. But I didn't know that. I only knew it because I heard the dragging on the hand wheel. So I tried to take the hand wheel thing off. It wouldn't come off. So I had to bring my machine in, and Blaine couldn't get it off either. Oh, no. And so it took a little bit of muscle and a big screwdriver and to get it. And there was thread wrapped around. Get a half a spool wrapped in there before you even know what's going on. But because it was in a corner in my sewing room, and I always play over, on this side, I didn't even see that it had falling in.
So that's one of the things that Sue and I try to be very careful about is wrapping our thread tails. And if you are going to store thread on top of your machine with the Luminaire and those others, when it opens, you can put them, but maybe do it on the other side and just secure the thread tails, because that's no fun. And nobody means to do it, right? It just happens before you know it. So thank you for pressing that. Just to give you guys a heads up, what does OESD do? They just call for regular batting? Again, I didn't read the directions.
I think so.
Okay.
It's been so long since I've read those part of the directions.
I'm going to use the foam, and so there's several different ones, but this is the Soft and Stable by Annie's. I bought this, it's 58 inches by 72, so I could just cut the chunk, the size for this, and we can get at least 4.
Yeah.
And then you'll still have pieces left over to use for another project. So I'll do this, and then I'm going to back it with this silver too, and then I'll just stitch in the ditch. And then with this Starlight Metallics, there's I don't know if it's called gunmetal gray, but there's a darker gray, and I'm going to bind it with that.
Cool.
So I'm super excited. It'll be really,
nice.
really kind of frame it and make it be really nice. So for these types of wall hangings, I like to use the foam. It gives it just a little bit more body and helps it hang nicely. These are always wall hangings, right? It's not a snuggle anything. So
no, there's. Yeah.
But I feel like the foam gives it more body that you just don't get with the stabilizer.
Well, and the other thing is that when you store them, you don't want to fold them.
You don't want to crease it, right?
Because then you get the creases and stuff. So you want to roll them up anyway, and this makes it really easy.
To roll. Okay. Do you roll them over? Do you have a large something you?
No, because they don't. Because of how big they are.
So you just kind of roll it loosely.
Yeah, and then I take a.
That Hugo tape would work, huh?
Yeah, you could do that. I just take a like a salvage piece and just
tie it loosely. Okay.
And then it doesn't. It just
rubber bands will break.
Yeah. And it rolls out nicely when you take it out of the.
Okay.
That works good.
So.
And Nancy says she's using double-sided tape to put the Kimberbell blocks together before sewing. It's much easier than using pins or clips. I like clips, but I put the clips on the top and the bottom, not the side where I'm sewing, so that it doesn't
get in the way.
Yeah. But that's cool.
I'm glad you guys, that's awesome. I use my pivot position and my needle down, and I don't pin or clip. I just do it and then line it up and stitch. I'm rebellious.
You're old school.
I'm rebellious. My mother would not be proud of me.
Well, pins, I always poke myself, so I try not to do those.
And even with the tile seam that I did, I did not use pins or anything. I just lined it up and stitched, stopped with my needle down, I'd look up and close it and stitch again. So I was pretty happy with it. I didn't use any pins or clips either. I have the FAF, and I think with that built-in IDT, so who else has that? The Viking Epic has it. The Bernina, several of their models have it.
I don't think I've put one together since I got mine.
So that'll be fun for you to see the experience, the difference. So let's talk about
what?
Cup of Cheer.
Cup of Cheer. Guess what?
The book is over there.
Behind
your computer.
Oh, okay.
That's not a very good place. I left it. I'm sorry.
That is okay.
Because Sue is only in the store a couple weeks, I take everything.
A couple weeks. Couple days
a week. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this came in.
And she's much faster than I am.
Well, not always.
I know. But it's
You've had a busy week. And so this week I was determined that I was going to spend some time at my sewing machine, and that I did.
Yeah.
So the first thing that I wanted to let you know, you guys, I read the words. So I had Sue double check for me today. Over the weekend, I was doing the blocks, and I'll show you the one. Oh, it was this guy here. So
That's what
Only
you did
you
a different
true
one?
Kimberbell fans would know this. This fabric is from Whiskey
Jingle?
Mary?
Or
Or
Whiskey.
Jingle, one of those.
They use them both, actually.
Okay, so this is the multicolored dot. So when I got to here, it tells you to use, and this is insignificant, but hopefully I can save some of you from struggling. It says right here that you're going to use this fabric. I looked what I thought was high and low, but it says it's a fat eighth. So I was looking everywhere for a fat eighth.
Because they put them in
Yes,
sizes.
by
not
the size, right? Oh,
Ooh.
there's my scissors, the butter. So at first I thought it was this one, but this has the gray background. So don't be confused.
Well, and it's a fat eighth, which is 9 by 21.
This is a 16.
Right. But I meant this
what
one
I
here.
should have.
When it says the fat eighth, it's a 9 by 21.
So it should be one of these in this size strip, right? It's this. I
It's
put them
half
back
of
in
a
order like this,
fat
right?
quarter,
Half
yeah.
of a fat quarter. You actually get, because I found this after I did that block, you get a whole fat quarter. So that's a mistake that they made. So forgive me, my star is not correct.
No
but
one
that
would
is why.
notice if you-
But I don't want you guys to think, because I was like, that's so weird. It's not like Kimberbell to forget a fabric. And then I decided I was going to research it. And then I told you, I feel like the Swedish chef, everything's torn and there's fabric everywhere. And I went through my fat quarters and found this. So
And
just
I went
know
through
you
the
get a little bit
sizes
more
trying to-
yard.
I went through the sizes of what it was for that color to see if maybe it was actually bigger, but it was not.
It wasn't. So you would have, well, you probably wouldn't have struggled like I did. You would have found it, but
I don't know. I probably would have looked. I mean,
looked
since
in
it
the
said
wrong
that.
spot. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's one thing. It's not a big problem. Actually, you get more fabric than what you thought you got, so that's good. So do you want to see all the blocks?
I
Should we
do.
show them all the blocks?
I
Okay.
haven't seen all of them except the ones you showed me earlier.
Okay. So
Excuse me.
this is the Deck the Halls. So this one's stitched out. I have just ripped these out of my hoop. I have not pressed them. Obviously, they're not trimmed yet. So this is the Deck the Halls, and I'm going to do them in the order that we stitched them out. And Cindy Fellner was in the store, and I put her to work and had her
Oh,
sew that for me.
excellent.
This is the first one I did. I think I
Yep.
did this guy at home, and Mary was in the store, and she's like, "Oh, you don't sew them in order," and I usually always do. So Mary, I went home and did it correctly. But this is the one that I was stitching out when Mary was here. I do not have the embellish kit yet,
Right.
the embellishment kit. So these little circles are supposed to be the Velcro, so you'll put the other part of the Velcro on the embellishment that you add for that. So I haven't done that. Angel's gonna
Is
do the
there a-
Velcro for me, so.
I was going to say. Now, is it supposed to be stitched on at the time that it's made, or is it an
I
after?
think so,
and two?
because with that, there's a square.
Oh, okay.
Not a square, a cross that you stitch it down.
Sure,
So there
okay.
is that is part of the file that's in there. So
Mary says you get chocolate.
yes, thank you. I'll be waiting for it, Mary. Thanks. So I don't remember the other order, but that's okay. We did the stars, so I showed you the other one that we used the wrong fabric. So follow the directions for the quantity, right? They show you 3 pictures instead of just saying do 3, which is, I need that. These guys here, I did not have any white ribbon. Who doesn't have, well, I don't have white ribbon. So this is an off-white ribbon, and I'm like, it's going to be just fine. You'll only know because I told you. And you do 3 of these, I think.
3 of them with the
the ribbons.
Uh-huh.
And then I think these you tie, and I think there's candy canes on them is one of the things that you do. So we did those. They're not that interesting right now, but they will be. And then we've got one of the mittens, the station wagon.
I love that one.
It's
That's
so
cute.
fun. And I love that it's more boxy, kind of like the 7. I mean,
Sure.
that's more
What
like
we had
what I
was-
remember versus the 60s or whatever and 50s that were a little bit more round. I also screwed up on, let me see, where is it here? These guys. And I decided I was just going to leave it. So you stitch 4 of these snowflakes. I thought it was black, but you're supposed to use blue.
Ah.
They're in different parts of the quilt.
Oh.
So what do we got? We have, here's a snowflake. Can you find it upside down? Oh, there's one there. 1, 2. Oh, look at you. 3, and then there's another blue one right here. So I figured the black one, I could live with it. That's my, I always make a mistake, at least one.
It fits in the whole thing.
Yeah, it'll work. So I'm going to leave that. This is Have a Cup of Cheer. This is cute. Isn't that fun? And then these guys would sew together. We'll sew together.
Can you do that on a big hoop so you only have the hoop once?
Maybe. But it has a background fill. I don't know.
okay.
You could. I wasn't going to. I'm on an assembly line. I didn't have time to stop and think. That's like work, Sue.
That is okay. It is okay. Uh-oh. You lost your chocolate.
Oh. You're still bringing me chocolate, Mary. That's not very nice. Well, I'm not going to show you the rest of my blocks. I'm not going to play anymore.
If we did not make mistakes, we would not learn much.
Absolutely. And that's what I wouldn't have as much to talk about. So I have to do them so that you can not. But the letters, these are really fun. So this is the Mary. You've got the R and the R.
Cute.
And the Y. So we've got those stitched out. I'm going to use my orange pop rulers and my round thing to get these guys trimmed up. I really hate that part. I wait and it becomes a big deal. And once you get started, it's really not. So I'll get those going. 'Tis the Season to Snuggle. This Home Believes. This guy, pay attention to this because it seems like you're stitching the same one over and over, but actually there are 4 different ones because this will become a wreath.
Wreath. Oh, wow, cool.
And then the last one has the date. So pay attention to these guys. I did do this. I put 2 in 1 hoop.
Okay. Cool.
And I was going to do the color sort and all of that, but I didn't line them up just right until I went to the layout mode, and then it combined them and moved them all together, so that didn't work. So I did learn something.
See? There you go.
So, and then this one, but he is so cute.
Yeah.
Look at him and his fringe, the fringe flowers. I did not use water-soluble thread because I knew I would forget.
Yep.
I do want you to know that on this part, I didn't read the words until after it had stitched. I'm like, oh, that was supposed to be fringed. I should have put a different color bobbin thread in. But before it stitched the white, I did put the black bobbin thread in. And you know what? I did not have any issues. Look at
I was gonna say, 'cause
this fringe so nicely.
Yeah. Yeah, because you have this color and then you have the white, so it is a contrast.
Yeah.
It's not matching. So.
Yeah.
But that would have been the problem here if you hadn't remembered to change.
And this is supposed to
Ooh,
have
both
some
of us get
Velcro.
chocolate.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Mary.
Ooh.
We'll see you later this week.
Sandra wants your chocolate.
Well, you and Mary will have to work that out. I think you guys are going to be trouble. They're going to go to Tennessee together. I think we're going to have to do a trip.
And we're going to have to go on a field trip
Yes.
to Tennessee?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And as long as Mary brings the chocolate,
Yeah. We'll just go get some fabric.
There we go. So this was also had some hook and loop Velcro. Angel had some different Velcro that sew through or something that she has, and she's like, if I can use my own, just skip over that, I'll do that, because she's my little person that does all of the embellished handwork stuff that I don't like to do. So yes. So that's all I got done, and I was kind of disappointed in myself, but you know what?
Why?
That's a lot.
Holy cow. That's a lot. You should not be disappointed, for crying out loud.
It's a big quilt.
It is. It's bigger than the last, quilts that we've had.
Yeah, and I was trying to remember. It does tell us the size, 42 by 58.
Yeah, because we usually do 40 by 40 in the other wall hanging. So this one is pretty good size. It does have a lot of stuff on it, though.
It does. And so I was having a lot of fun with the background fills. On my luminaire, I've used my 5x7 sticky hoop, my 8x8 sticky hoop, and the 7x12 sticky hoop. I just wanted to mention the 7x12 sticky hoop. There's many of these that you're using in 8x6 background quilting, and we know that when we're using those background quilting files, it's really 6.5 by 8.5. So I can't use my 6x10 hoop. So I have to go up to the next size. I had Sandra not told me, I would have bought the 8x12 hoop only. But Sandra, smart girl, bought the 7x12, and I realized I don't have the 8x12. I only have the 7x12. So that's good for me. I stacked all of my stabilizer, and I wrote on the back in Sharpie, and now we have to label if it's tear away or wash away. And so that they're all in order with size and whatnot.
See, Mary's letting everybody know that you only started this stack on Friday.
Okay, well,
so that's a lot.
It is a lot. It's good.
Yeah.
I had to have something to talk about. But you know what? That really is like the happy place. It keeps me busy in doing stuff. So 7x12 hoop. The reason you guys want a 7x12 hoop instead of in addition to, is most of these, that's going to be the biggest hoop that you're going to need. Stabilizer. We did get an email from Dime that all of their pricing has gone up. So the hoops have gone up, the stabilizer's gone up. But a 7x12 refill stabilizer pack, I shouldn't tell you what it used to be. There's $10 difference. It might be a little bit more between the 7x12 and 8x12. So if you can use your 7x12, you're saving yourself stabilizer, but also in the long run, you can save quite a bit of money. So if you don't have the 7x12, that's the one size hoop in the standard hoops that I don't have a 7x12. Do you? And I would have never, I don't have a desire to have one, but on the sticky hoops, it's really relevant.
Yeah. I don't know that I ever had a machine that had a 7x12.
Okay.
I think
it's
that's
kind of a weird
I
size. There was a series of machines that 7x12 was the biggest embroidery field, and then you could, some of them you could do an upgrade so you'd have a bigger one. But in any case, so the 7x12 is, I think, a better option than the 8x12, based on how much it costs to get. Right. You need the 7x12 for the 6x10.
That makes a whole lot of sense. But as far as the background quilting, is that what we're talking about on the 6x10?
Are we making sense?
To me.
Okay.
Elegante was the first.
Calvin,
says.
Could you please post the affiliated link for both Kimberbell and Me Time?
Oh, Me Time.
And OESD. We have an affiliated link with Kimberbell and the new Me Time. And if you use those affiliated links, when you do the subscription, like for your Bella box and
Oh my gosh. What is that?
Pieced, perfectly pieced.
Perfectly.
Is that what it's called?
Something like
Okay.
that.
When you use that for that, when you're doing, when you're subscribing to those things, then Montevilla gets a credit. If you've already subscribed, I think what they're telling me is that you have to unsubscribe and then resubscribe using that link. If you would like to do that, we would appreciate that.
Sure.
Because we've given ways for you to earn some discounts through us here in the store, and it just is a win-win for everybody. So the fabric kits have come in for Cup of Cheer, clearly. We have those here. I know Kristen posted something, and how I read the post is that maybe only Lake Oswego had pre-cuts, but that's not true. Maybe I misread it.
I just was looking at all the bolts of it.
Yes. So we have all of the fabrics here on bolts. Oh gosh, do you remember?
Not here on bolts, at Lake Oswego.
Oh, at Lake Oswego. Montevilla does at
Yes.
Lake Oswego. Was it Diane Lean? I think you wanted half-yard cuts of the solids, I think. So whoever you were, if it's not Diane, do you remember they were in here that day? I can't remember. And I couldn't order it because it wasn't in the system. But I was talking to so we'll come back to that. But we do have fat quarter bundles, and there's a panel in here.
Nothing, I just see the panel.
Yeah. You're like, what is that? It looks like a cup of cocoa. Are you going to buy one?
Yes.
Okay. So, how many are in there? 22. So there's 22, maybe 21 fat quarters, and then
No, it's 22 fat quarters plus
the panel. Okay. So what I would tell you about the Cup of Cheer, these fabrics, when they're out of print, they're out of print. There won't be any more. So Sue, I was actually thinking about getting 1-yard cuts.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, in a year from now, I'm going to be like, oh, I wish I had that. And I know some of you will. And then I can either be like, oh, yeah, I already have that. Or I might share.
I have a little bit. Oh, my gosh, look at that.
So what is the plan to do with these?
It doesn't say that. Does it say it in the book?
Oh, I don't know. We'll have to look. But how fun is this? What are you going to do with it? Do you know yet?
No, because I didn't even know there was one. I just wanted to see it. Christine.
For the French market.
For the French market, which is Bella Box.
Yeah.
No. Do we have no?
Sandra, I'm going to ask Miss Sandra if she knows. Sandra is the one that has, if maybe you guys don't know this, but that fabulous thread chart that she created for Montevilla that goes with our Kimberbell Basics and our completer set. Sandra was in charge of all that, and she's a busy, busy lady.
She says, I think that's going to jump
I have
in my
more.
cart.
I have more, Sandra. But maybe Sandra could get us those thread numbers, Christine, and we'll see if she'll post them on here. I know if she has them or has the time, she'll be glad to do that.
Yeah.
I did not get the Bella Box, so
I did, but I haven't had a chance to do anything
open
with it or see what the numbers were. So
Okay.
I'll also try to do that.
I love this panel. So you get 22 fat quarters and then this panel.
In the panel.
Okay. We do have these guys in stock, but we also have, I did not see any charm packs, did you? 5-inch squares?
No, but
So-
they could still be coming, don't you think?
Maybe. So this is the 42 pieces. So you're going to get 2 of each fabric, yes, of the layer cake. So I don't know about you, but a lot of times I'll use a layer cake because I don't want to cut into that.
Yes.
And then I'll cut into that if I have to. But if I had 1-yard cuts, those are for emergencies.
Well, and the other thing is I buy one of these and I buy the charm pack. Because
you want both.
Because if it's smaller than a 5 by 5, then I
Right, then you're gonna want
Yeah.
those. So we've got these guys in stock. We have the fat quarters in stock, and I wanted to talk about the silky solids.
Can you grab the other stuff?
I can.
Okay.
I think there
I
we
would
go.
have had to stand up and fall over.
My chair didn't flip out from
Yeah.
underneath us. That
Yeah.
could have happened. That would have been bad. I think whoever I was talking to about getting the 1 yard cuts or whatever of the silky, I think it was of the silky solids, and we did not have them.
We didn't have the yardage yet.
We did not have the yardage, but I believe I have yardage of both of these now. So we do have the fat quarter bundles. Of course, I have one of each, right? But it's nice to have the solids. And, you might want a half yard cut of all of them or a 1 yard cut. What are you thinking? Would you do a 1 yard or a half yard?
I would probably do 1 yard.
Just to have, right?
Just in case.
Yeah, you just don't know.
Other than the backing and maybe binding, are there any other pieces that need more than a quarter of a fat quarter? It's in the book. It's on the...
Oh, yeah, good question. Let's take a quick look. Fat quarter, fat eighth, fabric scrap, scrap 16th. No, there's not. So now, but the inner border is a quarter yard, the outer border is a yard, and then binding's a half yard. The backing is 2 2/3. There are other fabrics from the Kimberbell Basic line that are included. So a fat quarter alone would not give you all of the fabric to do this.
Well, and the other ones that I might do more of are like these.
The stripes and the red stripe too. I like those too. But there's the silky solids. There's this, you would want these, the pink and the red, and I think this green. So there's some other colors that you're
Is that
and this
green?
green here, a black. Yeah,
And the
I
cats and the
think if you went with one of these fat quarters too, that would give you the solids, and then you would go through. I can see and you might already have the fat quarters and stuff left over from some of the other stuff. But there's the stripe. There's quite a few other things that are in the basics lineup. So I kind of get where you're going, Kathy. Oh, yay. Yes, Christine has the glide thread, so that
That'll
would be
work,
super
yeah.
duper. Thank you, Sandra. So now you kind of know. We have a little bit of an answer, right? Also, these came in for the Lake Oswego store, and I decided we should have them too. Do you feel like you're just always needing white on white?
Yes, and the other thing, not this weekend, last weekend, I just wanted to sew, and I really had nothing in mind, per se. I mean, I had a basic, one of Kimberbell Basics, I think it was spring or summer, and I pulled out a white, and I just started sewing them together to then cut them up and make a quilt out of it.
You just randomly started to. I'm like, talk to me because.
I did. It was supposed to be like a pinwheel quilt.
Oh.
So I took the white and I took a colored one, and then I just go all the way around, stitch all the way around, and then double cut it, and it gives you 4 half square triangles to give you the pinwheel. And then I'm thinking that's a lot of small blocks. To put the pinwheels on, and I'm thinking, so I'll do that for the center of the quilt, and then I divided it up because I hadn't finished yet. I just divided them up, and I'm going to do half square triangles for the other ones, and then cut them all the same size and do just a running thing over. But I just wanted to just sit and sew. I didn't want to.
I felt like that, and I felt like, because I was waiting for a cup of cheer and some other things to come out, so I thought, what am I going to do? We get so addicted to all these projects.
Yeah, and sometimes I just don't want to think about it. So Anyway, so I divided up, half going one, half the other, but, so yeah, I'm gonna keep these on hand. Or even, because you can do the same thing with the big squares.
Yeah, and then you have
just-
bigger pinwheels.
Yeah, bigger pinwheels, bigger half square triangles. And
How fun.
ta-ta!
I love it.
So,
These would be great with your pinwheels just to add. So either,
yep,
not either, it's and.
yes.
You need all of it. So that is what we have got in. I'm trying to think. We have an event.
Yes, I did bring them in.
Oh, well, okay, so, but DJ Henderson.
Anderson.
Henderson.
No, it's Anderson.
Okay. DJ.
But Henderson made me think of Harry and the Hendersons, and whew, that's not even close.
So we're
to
on a
sewing.
route. We're going camping.
We're
Don't
going
think of camping or something.
Yeah,
Okay.
Because he's a Bigfoot person.
Okay. That's not who's teaching the Floriani class.
DJ's very nice.
So that is 2 one-day things. So you could come on either or. It's going to be a repeat. Is it July 9th and 10th? Do I have that right,
No,
Calvin?
it's the 8th and 9th.
Oh, 8th and 9th. I got the 9th.
Yeah,
Okay.
you did.
Okay.
But I think it's Friday, Saturday.
Okay.
So Friday
Okay.
1 and...
Okay. And they're both openings on both, I think, still?
One of them was filling up.
Okay.
I don't know.
I think that was a
The-
Saturday. Yes?
Actually, it was the last I checked was the Friday one.
Oh, okay.
I remember
Okay.
thinking, why is the Friday one filling up so much faster
Then the Saturday?
Last I checked, the Friday one was filling up, and the Saturday
Okay.
one was still pretty open.
So sign up for it. Don't.
Oh, you
then
know what?
can-
Saturday?
Okay.
Sorry.
Then
Go
we
ahead.
have another event July 15th, and that's our harvest table. Sign up for that. There are going to be table runners and napkins available for that we're using in that event, that they will be available separately. I know several of you have asked about them, and they are, I don't know when we'll get them.
Yeah.
But they are in my system and we can add them to your order. So we'll talk more about that in the event for sure.
And Sandy wants to know, Jacobson wants to know, she signed up for Harvest Table. Will the kit be mailed, or do
If
you need
you
to pick
are
it up?
local, we would like you to pick it up. They have not come in as of yet. I am all ready to go.
Oh, you just have to drop it in?
Yeah. So
Cool.
as soon as the kits get here, we will start calling everyone to let you know that they're
here.
available, and then you can come get it. My goal is to always have them ready 2 weeks before the event, but we're early.
Yep.
So
Cool.
as soon as they're here, I'm going to get them out. So
Yeah, and hopefully the other ones will come early too, and not like right at the extras.
sure. You mean like the table runners and napkins? Is
Yes.
that what? Okay. I wanted to make sure I was
Because I want to
tracking.
do.
Oh yeah, we want to do extra. So we want the Christmas ones to get those guys. You have some samples of those
Yeah.
because that'll be really fun. What's the other thing? Oh, you guys, the North Pole, 2-tier North Pole tray, 2-tier tray North Pole event. Kimberville event. We are doing October 13th, 14th.
I think so.
It's a 2-day event in October, so go ahead and sign up for that guy too. So far, that's all we've scheduled for the fall. We should probably figure out what we're going to do. Honestly, you guys, I think we're going to take September out. We're going to tap out for September.
Well, because we have
Tech party.
3 things, and then we have the Battle of the Brands.
Battle of the Brands. I think that's going to be really funny.
Wait for that one.
It's going to be fun. We've got a gal coming from Baby Lock and a gal coming from Brother, and they're kind of going to do some dueling.
And we're doing it at each store, so right.
It'll be fun.
I think it'll be fun.
So that's in September, and then
The quilt show is the third one.
there's something else in September, but maybe it's it's not the original quilt show, it's a different one maybe. So anyway, that's all I know. So September's a busy, busy month for us. So we'll try to see if we can
October's
come up
too.
with some for November or December.
Yeah, because we have OSD in November, but we could do a Winter Wonderland. We have.
We should
again,
redo that
yeah.
one. Okay, that's kind of what we're thinking. All right. I don't know. Is there any questions that we didn't answer do you have anything to add? Sue had a busy week playing and enjoying her family, so that's awesome.
And the funnest part was surprising my husband with my son.
From Texas?
From Texas.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
It was so funny because I knew he was coming because we planned it, and he planned his work schedule around it because he travels, and so and he comes this way. So he and I had planned it, but I didn't tell my hubby, and so when he's walking up to the front door, and my husband's at the dining room, and he's like, because I guess he was just thinking, well, because it was supposed to be a family dinner, and so he's thinking, gosh.
That's a little sad. This is because he just moved.
He just moved in April. So anyway, so he looked out the front. He sees something, looks out, and he's walking up to the front door. So that was very cool.
And it takes a minute for you
because you're like,
reconcile
wait a
who
second,
that is.
Because
Yeah.
I was just thinking you weren't going to be here, and here you are walking in my front door.
So it's Mr. Paul's birthday.
It is Mr. Paul's birthday, and he's 70 today.
Yes.
So, and he was really struggling with turning 70, but no parties. So
Well, he's had lots of little parties, so that kind of backfired on him.
I know, it was so funny because he got mad at me when I went home on Wednesday. And so mad that he went outside and mowed the lawn instead of staying inside. And then when he came back in later, he says, all right, so what's the plan for tomorrow? Because he thought for sure, because he told me no party. And I know, no party, but we're going to so we did a pageant. So we had a little party, a little party.
A little gathering.
A little gathering,
yes. Yeah.
more food. A little gathering, more food.
How can you be mad about that? Was there chocolate?
Well, I made him brownies because that's what he wanted for his cake.
That makes Paul even better.
So, yes, he had brownies and he had candy and whatever else that he wanted. His brother bought him pastries.
Oh,
and,
yum.
I mean, just...
How fun.
Yeah, and then his other brother came yesterday from Seattle, and so they're spending the day together today. His sister and 3 of his brothers.
Oh.
Maybe, yeah. So, anyway.
Okay.
All
right.
Thank you, Kathy. Thanks, Pat.
Calvin, do you have anything to add?
I think that's it.
Okay. Oh, you do have an outro.
I do have a little outro.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
I think we're ready.
Yep.
All right, so that's going to wrap it up for today. And in case we missed you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
And good job, Calvin.
Yay, thank you, Calvin.